Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Marmaloo. This video is going to be pretty short because honestly I didn't get the mid stats and whatever from you last night, so I'll do that next video. But if you didn't watch the Froyo versus Meat Market match, it was a pretty big Froyo roll. I don't know. Yeah, first map, it was on their own map pick, but they 5-0'd him pretty quick. Second map they got around, but it was still pretty big roll. If you didn't know, DPM's doubled, so just half it. That's actual DPM, but we're going to get into the Ascent Chaos Control match that's coming up. As you can see, they did their bans. These are the rosters. Have a better look at it if you want to see it. All right, so the Chaos Control roster is going to be Alpha on Pocket Scout, Moo on Flank Scout, Patty on Pocket, Mirror Man on Roamer, May on Demo, Bear on Med. If they stay their normal roster, I think this is their normal roster, but I've seen a few times where they switch Alpha on the Sniper and put Patty on Pocket Scout. So you may see that on some mids or some points of the game. So this is what I know right now is the roster. They may pull something else out. So yeah. Okay, so the Ascent roster is Slemish on Pocket Scout, Yite on Flank Scout, Laz on Roamer, Jay on Pocket, Bot Mode Demo, and Skis on Medic. I don't think that's going to change. There's no way that's going to change. So, alright. So I'm just going to compare the rosters against each other. So obviously, Ascent's going to have the scout advantage. Just pure DM, Slemish and Yite are definitely better head-to-head against Alpha and Moo. And then for Pockets, you got to give it to Patty. Patty has so many more seasons, so more experience. He's the caller. And he's just, he's proven himself. He's won Invite on Pocket a couple times, one on Roamer, but still you definitely got to give it to him. For Roamer, got to give it to Laz. Same thing. No wins, but a lot more experience, a lot more success, and just overall shown himself to be a better player. Both Mirrorman and Jay really haven't, I haven't been super impressed past the point that they just hit their rockets, but I'm hoping to see something. One of them prove themselves. Lastly, it's May versus Bot Mode. Once again, kind of have to give it to May, purely because he actually mains Demo and has a lot of seasons on Demo. But Bot Mode's DM is still really good. And if he can get this roll down, even though he's had 2 or 3 weeks to try and get it, he could definitely be better or at the same level. Once I've said before, but May sometimes goes missing in maps, but other times he just rolls. So if you're on Chaos Control, you gotta hope that this is one of the nights that he's just popping off and rolling people, but you never know. So lastly, the meds, Skis and Bear. Honestly, I'll probably give it to Bear a little bit. At least Bear's mechanics are better than Skis'. But I think Skis probably has better game sense, but he drops sometimes when it's really just loses the game. And there's been many a times where he's just dropped an Uber where he shouldn't have, or he should have lived, but somebody hit a good rocket or something. So when it gets down to it, I'd pick Bear over Skis. Because Skis has been shown to be the one that drops that crucial Uber that ends up losing the game. Alright, so for the map bans, this one I actually got right. At least half of it I got right. So first ban, I put Snakewater purely because I don't want to risk it with the last result they had against what was it, Market, where they got absolutely thrashed, but it looks like they're more confident in themselves, which I'd hope they'd be. So they ended up banning Process, which makes sense. Patty's the caller. Usually a soldier, you're not going to like Process. And Ascent's definitely got that scout advantage, so you want to get that out of there. Make it a map where your soldiers can contribute more. And then Ascent banned Granary. I predicted that. It just seems like a good map for just Patty being able to just take beam and do things with it. And the scouts are obviously going to be less impactful on a map like Granary, where it's just a lot of vertical and just flat ground. So Chaos Control picked Metalworks. I thought they picked Badlands. Honestly, it was a question mark what map they were going to pick for me. I just put Badlands because their most recent result, they lost to Froyo, pretty bad. But everybody's kind of been losing to Froyo pretty bad so far. So they picked Metalworks. I remember I was watching a stream. I know it's scrims, but I was watching a stream. They ran Alpha to Sniper to mid, which is actually a really good sight line, especially if they're not expecting it. If he stands in Valley and gets a shot all the way across mid, and they had Patty on Pocket Scout, and they played really passive in Valley. So that'd be interesting. And honestly, yeah, there's a lot of good sniper angles on that map, so they could definitely just try and park the bus and just hope Alpha hits a shot, which eventually, all good snipers, eventually going to hit a shot. So, kind of makes sense. And let me look at their actual results on it, just for backup. So, they beat Hell's Kitchen, they lost to Froyo. This is really early in the season, though, so take it as me. And again, early in the season, but they rolled Meat Market, and they rolled Fatal Terror Squad. That's what TS means. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, so those are the picks. All right. Oh, this one. Okay. So for the bans, I got, if you don't count the order, which it doesn't really matter, the order of the bans, because you get 2 waves of it, I got majority of right. So Goalie Wash, get that out of there. You don't want to face Laz on that map. And it's, I don't know, I feel like it'd be decent for Chaos Control, but a lot of times just the DM's going to get to him. And Bot Mode's DM's really good. I think Metalworks is also a map where Bot Mode's going to be tested, especially on mid, because you can just soldier bomb fast, focus fire, double bomb on him, and that's what Chaos Control love doing. They love double bombing soldiers onto meds and demos, like really early in the mid. And just get that out of there. And Ascent banned Product. Obviously, the last game they played against Turbine DM was a 4-2, and it was really close. So I don't think they want to just try and trust that one to go through, especially, like I said last video, Bot Mode being new on demo, Yite not being that great of a Product scout, at least what we've seen in the previous matches. But get that out of there. I thought they'd ban Metalworks, Guest Control banned Metalworks, but they ended up banning Badlands. Just probably not very confident on it. It's like the last ban. They don't really want to play it, and out of the maps of Snakewater, Sunshine, Badlands, they'd rather just not play Badlands at all. Thought they'd ban Metalworks, same reason. And last ban, I put Product, but they banned Snakewater, surprisingly, which obviously shows why. Ascend and Picket doesn't look like they're very confident on the map. Let's see. Have they played Snakewater? Yeah, they played it once against Meat Market. They won. Obviously, they lost to... I wrote it wrong. They lost to Froyo on that map. But, yeah. So, last map's going to be Sunshine. I predicted it. If you haven't seen both matches on Sunshine, or at least the last one they played was really close and really good. It was a 4-3. I think this was before... Actually, I think these were the rosters. I just don't think they had Bot Mode on demo at this point. So just one change, and they still had Speedy, if I recall correctly. So it's going to be a few roster changes, but the overall roster should be about the same. Just 1 or 2 changes on both teams, just swaps. So overall, I think that Ascent should win it, but I think the main things that are going to change the outcome of this match is going to be if Jay and Bot Mode can perform, and if Mirrorman and May can perform. Because through the matches I've seen, they haven't been the ones just pulling it out for their teams. Well, Bot Mode hasn't played demo, so I'm just giving him the question mark because I haven't seen consistent results yet, and I haven't seen the matches yet. But the thing with Jay, Mirrorman, and May, at least Jay and Mirrorman, I haven't seen them being the ones just pulling it through and winning their team the games. They've just been just like the contributor, the one there when they're winning, but when they're losing, they're not really pulling out super clutch plays. And I just haven't seen super convincing evidence that they are just top level soldiers, like the elite soldiers that Laz, Patty, etc. are part of. And May, I've said this many times, hot and cold. Recently, he's been more hot than cold, so you got to give it to him for a little bit. But I still think Ascent, just purely having Slemnish and Laz, should pull it out on Metalworks. You've seen before against Froyo. They absolutely dominated. Slum and Laz, even though Slum's on combo, he's still on scout, and he still is going to hit all his shots, but they're just going to be on different sides of the map, so maybe they can distribute the domination a bit more. So I'm going to give it to 5-3 Ascent. Honestly, it definitely could not reach the 5 round limit and end up being time limit. This game could definitely go shorter with people taking it slower, putting Slem on Sniper, putting Alpha on Sniper, and just trying to get a pick that way instead of trying to be super aggro. But with the trades that I'm going to think Chaos Control are going to end up taking to try and end up stalemates, not as aggro as Meat Market's trades, but somewhere between Froyo and Meat Market probably. This map is kind of rough to trade in a lot of times. But yeah, because if you're trading from second to last, the whole pathway to get to them to trade is pretty long if they're playing back. Second, trading in, you have to go underpass, which isn't that bad, but you have to survive the initial soldier on the shed. So it's still rough. Trading mid to second is pretty good. You just go valley and bait a bomber, and you try to get into them as deep as possible. And lastly, last and second isn't that great. You can get in, but you can spot really far down on the defense, or the offense. Okay, so Propaganda. I said this before. Ascents look like a very good team on Propaganda. The main reason I'm going to put to it is it looks like a pretty good scout map and a really good soldier map if you like high bombing. And that's what Laz loves doing. The skybox is massive. Mids, I think I scrimmed against him or had a match against him where he went cave every single mid and high bombed into the skybox and just flies around. You can see what you want to do there and see if there's anybody to pick off. And mids can be really controlled by soldiers, but that midpoint, the donut or whatever on mid, like on top of the cap, is super annoying to shoot scouts if they're on their side of it because it's sloped downwards. So that can also be really annoying, and it's really wide sniper angles. So Slemnish and Alpha, I'm expecting some duels, some good headshots, maybe even sniper to mid. That's a big possibility because how long the mid is. I haven't particularly seen the sightlines on mid. I think the middle point blocks a few of them, but still, you have to cross a sniper angle if you want to get somewhere. And so I'm going to give it to them 5-2. Definitely also could not go to the round limit and go to time limit. But in the end, I'm going to give it to Ascent. But if it gets to Sunshine, if Chaos Control can win a map against Sunshine, that should be a really good match. I'm expecting 4-3, 5-4, maybe a 5-3 to either team. Just seeing which one's playing better on the day. But overall, that's how I'm going to guess it's going to end up going. So I'm going to be casting this one. It's tonight at 10:30. It's not at 11 like usual. 10:30 at twitch.tv/Marmaloo. And the next video, since I didn't have time to get the stats from the maps, I'm going to review, maybe pull up like an important clip from the match and just analyze it, show how it went, and then bring up the mid-win percentages, comparing the last push percentages with Uber, and I'll predict the next matches in the playoffs. So thanks for watching. I'll see you tonight. Bye.